Hey y'all, it's Fix It Friday. It's Fix It Friday. This weekend, I want you to fix what you sow. Fix what you sow. I was reading this morning that you reap what you sow. If you plant an apple seed, you're not going to get an orange tree. And it reminded me of a keynote speaker I heard this week who opened up his talk asking, is culture intentional and something that's planned, or is it just an accident? And the answer he was looking for, and he was a chief people officer, was that culture is planned and intentional. But it sparked a little bit of a debate with our team during happy hour. And I proposed that culture, it can be planned and intentional, but even if it's not, it's going to happen anyway. You're going to have a culture even if you aren't intentional about it. And it reminded me of three things when I used to garden. Number one, you've got to plant the right seeds. So in your culture, plant the right seeds for what you want to achieve. It does need to be planned. It does need to be intentional. But that's not it. I also know that I had to fertilize, I had to water. You have to nurture those seeds in order for them to germinate and grow. And the same thing in your culture. You can't just buy a ping pong table and put together a couple quotes on the wall and call that culture. It has to be nourished. But the third thing I learned is you also need to weed. Culture is going to happen whether you like it or not. I remember my garden. And I remember I had to go out there once a week and pull the stuff out that I didn't want. I had to look closely for the things that were growing that weren't part of my plan. And guess what? Even if I didn't have a plan at all, the culture of my garden was going to be weeds. It was going to happen whether I wanted it to or not. So I think that's an important thing to recognize as you're building the culture of your team. Is your team's going to have a culture. All teams have culture. But if you want it to have a positive culture, you got to plant the right seeds, you got to nurture them, and then finally, you got to pull out the weeds. Hey, have an awesome weekend, y'all.